Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ignite Session 6. My name is Ross, and I help real estate agents attract more buyers and sellers into their business using the principles of attraction marketing. We are in the middle of our Ignite training series, which is a 12-part class, and I'm here to give a little review of session number 6. Sell your listing. Today it was taught by one of the top agents with one of the top teams on the North Shore. This is of Chicago. That is some good money properties out there. And what she talked about, she was engaging for about 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours, the importance of branding yourself as a local expert. So we want to take an area that you want to work in, and she chose her area to work in based on how far she wanted to go to show the home. So she's from Northbrook and is the local expert there and wanted the bulk of her business to come within a certain minute radius of where she's from and where she's comfortable showing places. So basically around her home base is what it is. And so she is becoming known through her work ethic and her systems as one of the top agents on the North Shore of Chicago. Her name is Katie, and if anybody wants to reach out who's looking for a home to buy or sell in that North Shore area, please reach out to me. I can help you out, or also I could refer you over to her. So when I found that she was most engaging in Sell Your Listing, she started off with her story and how she got into real estate. And this I found was when people were very, very engaged. They were engaged through this whole presentation, but when she told her story of how she started, that's how people really were leaning forward, listening in, because she was being honest, real, sharing her story. There's no fluff. You know, she's a mega agent right now, but it wasn't always that way. But she was very real about how she became one. Okay, so going over to your listing presentation, this is the pre-step after you have the appointment with the seller, and then before you get there, you want to send over a pre-listing presentation. And in this presentation, it's very professionally done. She has a packet, and she kind of pre-frames the client about what to expect. In it, she states that your house is not necessarily worth what you paid for it, or if you put $100,000 of improvements in there, or $20,000, whatever it is, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get that money back in the sales price. Now, you may get less, you may get more. It all depends on the market. It is the market that dictates what your house is for. If you purchase a property for $500,000 and you put $70,000 in, if the market's down, you may get $525,000 for it. If the market's up, back in the day before all the crazy mortgages, you were making $70,000, $100,000, even plus profit. So that's when you have a good open market. So a lot of sellers, oftentimes have a number in their mind that they want to get, and believe me, we as agents want to get that number for them. It's just we don't make the market, we just interpret it. So basically, then we move on. If you do, we go by this rule of thumb. If you do not have any showings or an offer within the first 21 days, say you have 15 showings and no offers, or just no showings at all within the first 21 days, you are not priced correctly for the market. So oftentimes people take an agent to list their property because they're like, yeah, we'll get $350,000 for it, and that may not bear out in the market when another agent who's more in tune with what the property could go for may say, hey, listen, it's only worth $310,000. But of course, the other the owner of the property wants to go with the agent who says they're going to get him more money, but you're really doing a disservice to this property owner if you're not telling him the truth in the ballpark. Now, you can always go for a little bit higher and make a price adjustment, and those are ways to go, but an agent that you want to work with, you want to know that they're in your court for getting what you want, but without putting, lying to you, basically, throwing fluff out there just to get the listing. Professional agents are able to take the listing, price accordingly, and get the highest value for the property in the least amount of time. That's what a good agent does, a professional agent. So there are a couple things you can do to set the home for a higher price. It could be well staged. So definitely you want to get the clutter out of there. unless you're very well designed, which can work definitely, you want to get as much of your personality out of there so that buyers who come in and look at a property look at it through their eyes, through their ojos, and they could envision themselves in there because they're buying your property. They're not buying you in the property. So that's a tip. Get rid of the clutter. Get rid of some of that quirky personality. You know, if you have a purple wall or something, hey, you know, unless you're high design, Russell Brand style on that purple wall, fuzzy wall, it's you know, and you're in LA trying to sell that house, it may not work in this market. That's why most of the time the colors are neutral, beige, white, all that. I like a little more design than just plain. So in terms of selling your listing, I mean, it's really, to be a sales agent, there are a lot of advantages to it. You are able to go ahead and farm out some of the showings to your team, which in turn allows you to go ahead and get new business. So wrapping it up, this session with one of the top agents on the North Shore, her name is Katie Spaniak, was just fantastic, and it's because she was authentic, she's real, she tells you to go listen to what is important to the buyers. But what she definitely does, there are no bendings on this, is she's honest with the property owner about price, because let's face it, 90% of why a home sells is price. You could have a dumpy house at $400,000, but if all the other houses in the neighborhood are $700,000, well, it's going to sell for $400,000, even though it's a dump, because the other properties, the comparables, are worth it. So you have to be the best in your category. 90% of that is price. Anyhow, that's it. Come on over for session number 7. It's going to be called Win the Buyer. And that's going to be impressive. You know, it's how to find buyers to work with, how to qualify buyers for the consultation, and how to conduct a buyer's needs analysis to find the right homes. Anybody who's watching, please feel free to attend. I'm going to drop a link below so that you can contact me or register to come on in. It's free. We do have agents in our class with other companies. We do have people who are not yet agents, and obviously we hope they would choose to work with us. But it doesn't even matter, honestly. You are welcome to attend. So please do come, and if you want to come, reach out. We've got 6 more sessions to go, and they're generally Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I'll drop a link with the dates and what each one covers. Next one is Wednesday, Win the Buyer. This is Ross Cherry, and listen, take some time to understand why you're doing this business. We all want to succeed and make money and have increased transactions, but ultimately it's about living your life's goal, living your own life by design, and taking some time to live life on your terms. Okay, thanks everybody. See you next time.